Hiya, fam. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great day. It's reaction time again, and we got more of this Last of Us episodes here. Which one is this, Dan?
This is episode 2, Infected.
All right. Let's see what goes down in this, guys. Enjoy.
Jakarta. Well, this is going back to the beginning then. Because I remember them mentioning Jakarta in the first episode, so I guess this is where the outbreak starts.
She's somebody important.
Apa Bapak tidak salah orang?
Ellie Bu Ratna, Profesor Mikologi. Kita memiliki orang yang tepat.
Right person for...
Yeah. Well, they said mycology, so...
Cordyceps tidak bisa bertahan pada manusia.
I can now.
Yeah.
They already have an infected individual, huh?
It appears so, huh?
Kaki kiri bagian bawah, Bu.
Is that where she got bit? It would appear so.
Is that a human bite?
Oh, I think that's a safe assumption. Oh, be careful.
What's she looking for?
Oh,
Ew.
no.
It's moving, too.
Yeah.
So even though she's dead, this stuff is alive inside her.
Absolutely it is. That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Siapa yang menggigit perempuan itu, Pak?
Kami tidak tahu, ya.
That's not good.
Lalu pekerja yang lain bagaimana?
14 orang hilang.
Oh, no.
It's out of your control.
Oh, yeah. You ain't stopping that.
Saya telah menghabiskan waktu hidup saya untuk mempelajari hal ini. Tidak ada obat dan tidak ada vaksin.
You still try.
It's fungus.
Jadi apa yang harus kami lakukan?
Bom,
Well, that's an option.
bom seluruh kota
Good lord.
dan seluruh orang yang ada di dalamnya.
This is coming from
A scientist.
That's how you know she's serious.
Mm-hmm. Jakarta's not a small city.
No.
Saya ingin bersama dengan keluarga, dengan suami dan anak-anak.
She's accepted her fate.
Jeez. But she's not exposed as far as we know.
If you can't find the person that did this, and you can't find the others that are missing, chances are they've gone crazy and started infecting others already anyway. And it's going to spread too fast. There's no way I'd sleep there.
Place feels like it's about to fall apart.
Yes. They're just sitting there.
Morning.
Keep your infected ass over there.
What was Marlene doing with an infected kid?
I'm not infected. She found me after I was bitten. She locked me up and had her guys test me every day to see if I was getting sick.
Test you how?
You know, I think what really impressed them was the fact that I didn't turn into a fucking monster.
Yeah, that's good enough.
If we take her back to the QZ, someone's gonna notice her arm. They're gonna scan her, and they'll kill her.
You need to stop talking about this kid like she's got some kind of life in front of her.
She could save all y'all's lives.
Yeah, if you took this seriously.
Yeah.
You little shit.
She got a sandwich.
She got a whole humongous sandwich.
Is it chicken?
She's eating better than them.
Or until they get it from smugglers. Guess not you guys.
She said, I guess it wasn't you guys.
Why are you so important to Marlene? Don't lie to me, or we'll take you back.
You take me back, you don't get your battery.
You heard that? Then you must have heard that he wants to shoot you.
Be no trouble for him.
He wants that sandwich real bad.
They're working on a cure.
I've heard this before.
And whatever happened to me is
It's the key to finding the vaccine. We've heard this a million times.
Fuck you, man. I didn't ask for this.
You and me both. We need to go back.
But she's made it this far. There's probably a good chance you can do something useful with her.
If she so much as twitches.
Don't.
It's a good way to get shot, kid.
Yeah.
Can I have a gun?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Jesus, fine. I'll have to throw a fucking sandwich at them.
You better not.
That might actually work on somebody.
A sandwich?
Yeah.
It'll just take it and be like, oh, is it real chicken? Oh,
That's a cool shot.
nature's taking back the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You hear all the metal moving and beaming.
Yeah.
Is this where they bombed?
Yeah. They hit most of the big cities like this. They had to slow the spread somehow.
I wonder how much of this is CGI.
I'm sure the background is.
How did you get bit?
You know the old mall in the QZ?
One that's sealed off and boarded up and no one's supposed to go in?
Whatever, I snuck in.
So it was just you in there alone?
Yeah.
I mean, you got some balls on you, sister.
No, she's just an idiot.
Yeah, probably.
Smart people avoid trying ways to get bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that didn't sound good.
That sounded great.
What was that?
Just a bird.
Let's keep moving.
Could just be a night owl.
Yeah.
Damn, nature's really taking back this place.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Got a little swamp in here.
You gotta be kidding me. You ever stay in a place like this?
Oh, it's a hotel.
Mm.
Well, I didn't know how to swim.
Oh.
Seriously?
Do you think we have pools in the QC?
No, smart ass.
You can just walk.
It's 2 feet of water. Just walk.
Yes, ma'am. Would you like me to check your luggage? Yes, ma'am.
You're a weird kid.
I'm sorry.
Well, something picked him clean.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. Probably just time.
20 years, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's been there a while.
When the fuck did that happen? Well, I mean, maybe I could climb up there, work my way around.
Yeah, this is what they do a lot in the game here. Constantly hoisting somebody up to go open something on the other side.
Well, that's believable in the circumstances.
No, and I dig it.
Where are you from?
Texas,
What about Tess?
Detroit. It's in
I
Michigan.
go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Again, attitude.
How long do infected live?
Oh, I thought you went to school.
It's a really shitty one.
Well, some last about a month or two. But there's others been walking around about 20 years.
That's interesting.
You ever kill one?
Yeah, I killed lots of them.
Was it hard? Like knowing they were people once?
Sometimes.
I don't
None of it's easy. Sure, it was the last thing he wanted to do.
say. I imagine he had to kill some people he knew.
What now?
This would be a nice hotel if it wasn't falling apart.
Oh, shit.
Is that the infected?
Yep, you see him squirming around?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're reacting to the light.
Yeah.
They're connected.
The fungus also grows underground. You step on a patch of cordyceps in one place. Now they know where you are. Now they come. You're not immune from being ripped apart.
So they form a mycelial network.
Say, that sounds dangerous.
Is that how it spreads too, in that case, since it goes that far underground? Because it doesn't go by spores, apparently.
Beats me.
Otherwise, they would have been dead.
Museum.
Oh boy. See all the fungus all over it?
Yeah.
That's a freaking infected beehive.
It's bone dry. Could mean they're all finally dead in there.
You better hope so.
So if it's juicy, then they're not, huh?
Apparently so.
I have a spare hand.
Congratulations.
You can hold 2 flashlights.
Actually, that'd be a good use for her.
I visited museums in Boston before. They're pretty cool like that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Never been.
For you, it'd be worth your time.
Oh shit.
That looks pretty fresh.
What the fuck did that?
Catching infected.
Well, yeah.
Maybe he was attacked outside. I don't hear it.
Who would you hear?
Yeah, be quiet right now, kid.
Okay, from this point forward, we are silent. Not quiet. Silent.
Yep.
No questions.
Just shut up.
Yes. Just follow them. Keep your flashlight up. Don't say a word.
Good lord. See the people in them?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them didn't actually turn into infected zombies. They just became part of the network.
I mean, all this fungus is dry. I'm surprised it's not making more noise as they walk over it.
Oh, man. Eerie sight.
Mm-hmm. Very discomforting place to be in.
Oh, nick of time.
You ain't getting out of that room.
Not that
At
way.
least not that way, yeah. Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
That was not human.
Pay attention right now, kid. They can't see, but they can hear.
Didn't know they were there? These things are creepy looking.
Oh, yeah. These are the clickers. They stayed very true to the source material with these guys. Man, they look great. This is not worth it, man. Just get up behind them and kill them.
I said they had some old colonial sabers in there or something.
Even he's got to have a knife, right?
I mean, something big for like decapitating it.
Well, you don't need to go that far.
Still bigger and more damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See what the fungus has done to his face?
Yeah.
Because it grew out of his brain. You're doing right. Just stay down there and be quiet. They won't find you.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Oh my god. That's too close. In the brain. There we go.
In the head, there you go.
There you go.
So some chunks coming off of it.
Oh, there we go, Tess. Good job.
Is that an axe? Yep.
Yep.
Come on. There you go.
There we go. God almighty, come on.
Took them forever just to kill 2.
They probably just did that for dramatics. Build more suspense.
You all right?
Twisted ankle. You all right?
Well, I didn't shit my pants.
That's good.
That's good.
You fucking kidding me?
She got bit again.
I can't.
I mean, if it was gonna happen to one of us.
How'd she get bit?
Or scratched. That'll do
I
it
said it
too.
more likely, yeah.
They all got really lucky.
Over there?
Yeah, I know, looks scary.
That was scary. This is wood.
Yeah, that still looks scary.
Maybe the first bite didn't take. But what about the second?
How about you just take the good news? Like to think for once maybe we can actually win. Just go and watch her.
Don't get your hopes up on a cure. Man, if they couldn't find it when they had all this equipment, when they had all the experts, there's no reason to think you're going to find it now.
I could see it being a human evolutionary thing.
That, maybe, but I mean, for everybody else, forget it.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out. But man, you can't deny that view.
It's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. I say as far as apocalyptic wastelands go, it could be worse.
I still wouldn't want to be there, knowing that we've seen the infected.
No, not at all. Is it a generator truck?
It looks like it, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Probably no good anymore.
Something got in there, though.
Oh,
You can see the blood.
Or it got shot up.
Mm.
It's fresh.
Very fresh.
Very.
Oh, it's just a container.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is just a transport.
Mm-hmm. Transport for what, though?
Probably for her.
Oh, these are the people they're supposed to meet?
I think so.
Tess.
Come on.
Tess!
Well, this plane is falling apart.
Yeah. I don't think anybody made it.
Holy shit.
Somebody killed them all.
I don't know how that happened. Not from the looks of this.
One of them got bit.
Oh.
The healthy ones fought the sick ones. Everyone lost.
Tess,
Oh, Lord.
what are you doing?
Where did Marlene say that she was taking you?
Everybody's a buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, can you help me?
No! Tess, it's over. We are going home.
This is not my fucking home!
It's not anybody's home.
I'm staying. Our luck had to run out sooner or later.
So you're gonna stay here with all these dead people?
Fuck. She's infected.
Show me.
Oh, yeah. Got it good.
Yep. Clicker got her.
Oops.
Close to the head, that's a quick change, too.
She doesn't have long.
Mm-mm.
This is real. Joe, she's fucking real.
Yep.
I need you to get her to Bill and Frank's. I never ask you for anything, not to feel the way I felt, not to you shut the fuck up because I don't have time.
Yeah. I hate that this happened to her.
Please say yes, Joe. Please.
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too easy.
Oh, but look.
Oh,
You know what that means.
now they all know.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Man, makeup's great on these guys.
It really is.
Oh, look at that. A whole swarm of them are coming.
Y'all need to
That-
get out of there now.
That's exactly what I've been looking for.
What are you
Plan.
doing?
Yeah.
Making sure that they don't follow you.
least keep a couple of those.
Yeah, that's probably worth holding on to. Maybe a few of those guns, too.
Yeah.
Say who you can say.
Yep.
No! We're not leaving her!
There's nothing you can do, Ellie. Just shut up and go. It sucks.
At least you won't go down alone.
Well, I hope so if you ever get that damn thing lit.
Well, they don't see her right away. She better hurry, though.
Yeah.
Or are they ignoring her because they know she's already infected?
I don't know. Probably just don't see her yet. Well, they do now.
They know. Yep.
That's interesting. Oh. Oh, hell no.
The heck?
Transferring. Yeah, it's too late for her now. There you go. There we go. That took care of him.
Worthy sacrifice.
That's your cure for cordyceps is fire.
I think she got them all, at least from the looks of it.
Yeah. It's just a really bad break for them, though.
Yeah, one less person. Now he's got this girl who probably isn't going to do all that well on her own.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah,
She's got a lot of growing up to do in a very short period of time.
and it's growing up by fire.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes that's how it goes, though. Well, there you have it, an aptly named episode with some infected in it.
Yes, it was short, but it showed off some interesting stuff. We got to see a little bit of what the world looks like now after the infection spread. We got to actually see the infected, which was cool. I like the effects that they used for those.
Oh, you didn't just say, yeah, so you got to see some stage 1 and stage 2 and some stage 3 infected there. So.
I'm curious, because we saw the mycelial transference there at the end. Is that how they do it for everybody, or is that just the way they did it for that scene?
That's new.
Okay.
From what I've seen in the game, they didn't do that. They just bite you, and that's all it takes.
That's what I figured too. I'm like, okay, that seems a little bit invasive to go up there and like kiss her like that and transfer it that way.
It does, but it appears that spores aren't going to be a thing. So if they're going to transfer at a more rapid pace, that looks like they have to how they do it.
I mean, that would be probably the fastest way to do it. Yeah.
I mean, it's logical,
Yeah.
certainly. Well, I mean, nothing about what's happening here is logical, but I mean, from the standpoint of how you're doing it here, it makes more sense because spores would just go everywhere. They're pretty isolated in the games, at least as far as how they spread. There'd be like isolated pockets of it and you'd have to wear a gas mask for it. But in this case, it looked like they just kind of did it by way of like having a network and a growing network.
Right.
So, and I think that makes sense because, I mean, everything's got a life cycle, and if it's going to grow, then it also has an expire in its future. So,
Right. I remember him saying that a lot of them die like after a month, which is interesting.
but a lot of them don't.
Right. And that's the thing I'm curious about is like, what's the difference between the ones that live and the ones that die? Like, are the ones that live actually regularly feeding on people? Or is there something about the mutation that makes them special?
Good question. And I don't know. I honestly don't know because you saw that there were some people that were strung up to the network. Yes, they did turn into a different stage of infected, but they never got out of the network.
Yeah.
But then you saw the two that you saw in the museum, those are the clickers. That's hard to explain how that happens, but that's what a person looks like that's been infected for a long time. Like the ones that had like just a few things coming out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stage 2, I believe. And
Okay.
that they've been infected for a couple of months is what it looks like. But at least I think they have. But then you've got the stage 1 where it's just happens fresh. And they're runners. But they're all runners, stage 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But the runners, I mean, you see the difference between them. Despite the fungus, you see the difference in how they are, or in the threat level. The 1s and 2s can see you, 3s can't, but they can hear very well. They can locate you very fast.
Right. So even the slightest mistake, they'll find exactly where you are and hunt you down.
You saw how they did it there. They
Yeah.
zeroed in on them hard.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Like just stepping on a piece of trash just got that thing's attention like it was nothing.
However, that also means you can trick them.
Very true.
All right, you can distract them by throwing something, which would make it for an easy getaway or an easy chance for you to get up from behind them and just knife them.
And it's not the first time I've seen that idea used in a zombie show too.
Sure.
So that makes sense.
That won't work for like a runner
Right.
per se. I mean, it might a little bit, but it's going to attract them all into that area, and that's how they get you. They swarm you. So even one mistake there, and you're screwed. But if you're going to pull them all like you did, fire is going to be your idea there.
Right. Like you said, it kind of sucks that Tess went out there at the end. But it's one of those things I can't say I'm entirely surprised by either, because it's not like you see her face on any artwork or anything. And I did think it was kind of strange that she got a sprained ankle but somehow managed to evade the clicker that whole time.
I thought they were going to show that that's where she got bit, was on her ankle somehow.
That would have made more sense, I guess, but...
No, she hit that pretty well there. So
yeah,
it's true to the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is how she went out. I mean, that's how she got infected.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly how she went out, though. In the game, it was Fedra that caught up with them.
Are they actually chasing them in the show, or was that just in the game?
They chased him in the game. They weren't chasing him in the show because they didn't come looking for him after that one guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not how that worked. In this one, they don't appear to be your threat.
That's interesting.
Exactly. And it's weird because they do have a little bit of a presence, not much. I mean,
mm-hmm.
in other cities that they visit, they're no more popular anywhere else.
Right.
So
That's interesting because considering the amount of fighting going on between them and the Fireflies, I think Fedra would have a bigger interest in what was going on with the Fireflies' movements, and especially considering Ellie's supposed immunity to the disease, that would be an incentive for them to want her too.
I think they do, but they don't have an endless supply of resources.
Well, I imagine nobody does at this point.
No, they decided to go in this direction instead
Mm-hmm.
and make it an infected thing.
So it's interesting. They had a pretty tough time with those first two, but then other than that, they dealt with that big group easily enough.
It gets me curious about Joel there, because he's been dealing with the infected for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And from their encounter in there, it almost felt like the first time they had seen these damn things, the way they fought them.
I say, if it's just two, couple of headshots should have finished that, right?
Yeah, he just kept aiming for the gut.
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all. It didn't phase him one bit.
I mean, granted, there was probably some issue as to you don't know how many are actually in there, because they hadn't been in this place for a while from the looks of it. They obviously weren't aware the clickers were there until they got there. So granted, there is some risk, okay, maybe I shouldn't shoot them knowing that 100 more could be around the corner.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I suppose if you don't really understand what your threat level looks like,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, eventually he did pull his trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So he was invested at that point. At that point, should have been aiming for the damn head.
Well, even better yet, just take a knife and jam the thing in the head. It was right in front of you.
Well, you saw it right there. That's all hardened.
Oh,
that's
so
why
you gotta use guns.
Well, yeah, but that's why getting from behind is
Mm-hmm.
important, because it's a little softer there and you can go through the neck.
I got you. So it kind of has like its own skeletal protection in it.
Yeah, that's hard shell.
Okay.
That's hard shell.
Okay, that makes a little more sense then. I was wondering about that. The other thing I was disappointed in too there at the end is they didn't take more supplies with them. Because like you said, they had all those grenades.
Of them, yeah.
You had perfectly good guns laying around. You could have equipped Ellie to protect herself going forward. Missed opportunity there, I think.
I thought so too. Oh well. Well,
Too late now. They're all blown up. So
yeah. Suit yourself.
Yeah.
I'm in Apocalypse. I see supplies like that. I'm like, I'm not leaving this here.
That's it. It's
It's all coming with. If I gotta bury it and come back for it later, I'll do that.
You got AKs laying around and those things would be reliable in like any weather conditions. That's exactly what you need while you're traversing the countryside.
Especially if you have ammo for the AK.
Yeah.
And those are powerful weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Not gonna happen for them.
They're lost, yeah. I'm kind of disappointed nobody's figured out battery technology in the apocalypse. You got so many cars just laying around ready to use if you had a battery to run them.
For real. Yeah. So nobody can make the cells anymore, I guess, huh?
Hmm.
I feel like if you were in an apocalypse, or if it was, or if you knew, or if you saw it coming like it did.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they didn't see this coming. If you saw it coming like you did, then I feel like you would have at the very least protected some of your infrastructure, especially some of your manufacturing infrastructure.
Yeah.
That way you can still have some semblance of things that you need. Because in this country we have plenty of opportunities to create just about everything we need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can be as self-sufficient as we want if they protected it properly. I would hope that, and maybe this has got to probably wishful thinking. I would hope that it's in the country's best interest to protect these things on a regular basis, or at least kind of keep them in the back of your thoughts there, you know?
I was gonna say, somebody's gotta be smart enough to realize, okay, I'm gonna need these, and these to survive in a post-apocalyptic world.
To keep the rest of the country alive.
Let's put some walls up, let's get some guards out there, let's make sure we're keeping a supply of the things that we're going to need to rebuild society.
Exactly. You want to keep your ports active.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep your refineries up and running, especially any power grids you can, things like that. Your communication lines.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well,
at
they
least
do have some communication. We saw that.
Yeah, but anything you can keep up is better.
Yeah.
At least in the way that you can communicate with satellites that still work. If you
Yeah.
can bounce signals off of them, even better.
I'm curious how much that tech they actually have operational, because this did start in 2003, so it's not like they're using 2023 tech.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird because a lot of the vehicles you're seeing, it makes me wonder. I'm like, are those vehicles? Are they using 2003 vehicles and before? I would hope so.
You know, I actually hadn't thought about that. I didn't pay enough attention to the age of the vehicles.
That
This
plays
is a valid question, though. Yeah.
That's an important thing to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was really hoping that we would be in 2023 at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That way you could go 20 years into the future and it's apocalyptic.
Right. You could have modern tech, and it would make sense for the show. Whereas now you're forced to use 20-year-old tech if you can find it.
Yeah, for me it's hard to kind of relate to the show in that way because we're living in 2023 right now.
Right.
So, oh well.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
But anyway, fam, not a bad episode. Couple of disappointments there, but I was happy to see the infected.
I'm gonna say
For sure.
You can't have a zombie show without zombies. So.
But anyway, fam, if this is your first time with us, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit the bells to receive notifications whenever we drop a video. Of course, hit those likes if you're feeling extra generous there. And then go ahead and just subscribe again while you're at it. So, and should you feel compelled to give us a piece of your mind, please do so in the comment section below, guys. Also, if you got a minute, take a look at us on our socials. We're on Instagram and TikTok. So come and see what we're up to over there, guys. But until next time, this has been Cocktail Flicks. I'm Joe.
I'm Dan.
We'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers to you, fam. Cheers to you, Dan.
Cheers to you, Joe.
Later, guys.